Hodgkins here from West Meadow Farm in Bradford, New Hampshire. We are on to challenge number 37. This one has to do with bridling. So the goal is that you can hold out your bridle and have your horse reach for the bit and bridle himself. The benefits: this challenge turns bridling into an enjoyable experience for you and your horse. He will learn to seek the bit rather than having to force his mouth open to take it. We always want to make sure we're doing tasks with our horse, not to our horse. A good way to judge this is if your horse willingly participates in the process. This challenge will teach you both to act like partners. Okay, common mistakes. Your horse starts throwing his head around and you're having trouble staying with him. Try to keep your hands on your horse's head and keep his head lowered. So it really comes down at that point to responsiveness and relaxation. And of course also connection, but he has to give to pressure. And then the horse, this one they use a cookie. The horse keeps getting the cookie out of your hand and not taking the bit. You need to be a little quicker with your reflexes. When he opens his mouth to take the cookie, smoothly slide the bit in before the cookie. And then it says, help, my horse is trying to mow me down when he sees the bridle. This is a positive problem to have, but it can become frustrating. Once your horse understands the goal, he will want the bridle. Be clear about protecting your space, but not try to get too upset because your horse is trying. And then the helpful hint, if you find that your nose band and throat latch are getting in the way, you can gather them up in your right hand and hold it all together. The only thing you have to worry about is the bit. Okay, so it's important, here at the farm that the horse takes the bit willingly, and that's just a real, it's a trust deal. When you start having a bit in your horse's mouth, just think about yourself. If somebody put a bit in your mouth and held on to some reins, how would you feel about that? Especially if you knew that you might get pulled on or yanked or had somebody with real sharp hands. So one thing that you could do is get some fruit roll-ups if your horse likes sweet things instead of a cookie, because cookies, like the book says, sometimes the horse can get the cookie and not take the bit. So if you just take a little fruit roll-up and put it around the bit, that's pretty enticing to some horses. So the goal is, and I just took the reins off to make this easier. Daddy? As I hold the throat latch, the chin strap. And then you can do the far ear and the near ear. It's a pretty simple challenge once they understand the goal, and then they get to kind of have a nice little sweet sensation in their mouth. I wouldn't do this every time, but it's kind of a nice little treat. Okay, that's all I got for you. It's a pretty easy task.